Welcome to the podcast with Eno and Chichi. Career Talk with Eno and Chichi is a podcast where we talk about everything relating to your career, sharing our personal experiences, what has worked for us, and hoping it will work for you as well. My name is Eno.
And this is Chichi.
So you'll be hearing from us every other time you listen to our podcast. Sharing experiences, learning and relearning is what we're going to be doing here. And please, wherever you're listening to this podcast, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a review. We'll be so happy and grateful for that. And if you find this podcast valuable, please share with people, your friends, family, people that come to mind, people who need this in their lives. So thank you, and sit back, relax while we bring you something interesting this week.
Okay,
So today we'll be talking about mentorship. What does mentorship mean to us based on our experiences as mentors and as mentees, and how valuable mentorship has helped us in our careers. So Chichi, what does mentorship mean to you?
Mentorship for me is a relationship that's supposed to be mutually beneficial for the both people involved, for the two people involved. For me, I really value it because it's a way for me to learn from someone and for the person to learn from me, whether I am the mentor or the mentee in any of the situations. It's very valuable when you're talking about whether it's career or any other thing apart from career, even life itself. So it's something I don't joke. My mentoring relationship is something I really, really hold dear to my heart. So that's actually what mentorship means to me. It's just an avenue to learn from each other, lean on each other, and be there and actually be able to contribute to the person's life while the person is contributing to your life. What about you, Anna?
Fantastic. Mentorship, this topic is very dear to me because I attribute a lot of my success and where I am today based on mentorship. So mentorship to me is, someone who is less experienced, less knowledgeable, meeting and having a relationship with someone who is more knowledgeable, more experienced. The person is guiding you through things. It could be life, career, anything, on a particular topic or subject. The person is guiding you through, holding your hand, guiding you, ensuring you don't make the same mistakes they did, and ensuring that, you reach your career goals, you get success. That's what mentorship means to me. I find mentorship as something that has truly helped me. And I'd like to say at this point that mentorship has nothing to do with, age or race or gender. Your mentor could be anybody, So when people feel, oh, this person would be too young to be my mentor, but that person just may have more knowledge than you. So you need to be humble, to actually enjoy the best of a mentorship relationship. So that's what mentorship means to me.
So I just want to add something to what you just said, because it's something I find people just misunderstand, and I'm glad you pointed that out. When you talk about being able to not put a mentor has to be someone that's 20 years older than me and a C-level executive or something like that. A mentor can even be your friend. Mm-hmm. It can be someone in your same age group that's just more, like you said, more knowledgeable in that area than you are. And it can even be someone that's younger than you. Like, I just needed to highlight it for someone that maybe missed it when you said it. It's very important because and that's why sometimes I see people and you have this not so much knowledge and you think, no, I'm too young to be a mentor in this area because I feel like I'm just not yet old enough to be a mentor. I have to be like a director or a CEO or a CFO for me to think I can mentor people. I haven't gotten to where I want to be, but you've made enough progress, more than some people behind you, that you can actually give back to. So that's something very, very important. I don't see a mentor as someone that has to be too old or too, it can be anybody really, as long as that person has the experience that you're looking for or has the knowledge in that area that you want to learn from. Don't look at any labels. I just wanted to stress it. Okay, you can go on.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, people feel like your mentor has to be 50 or 45 person has to be sitting on the board of a company. I mean,
Exactly.
that's great. But then
Yeah,
again, you
really
need to
good,
look at
but-
what are my career goals. What are my career goals? If I want to be a CEO, okay, that's fine. Then I should be looking at someone who is already a CEO. But the truth is, you can't be entry level already and be saying, oh, because I want to be a CEO, then my mentor has to be a CEO. What about you thinking, okay, I'll be a team leader, I'll be a manager. I need to, grow the ladder. So therefore, I should look at people, who have been able to move from entry level to associates to team leads to managers, depending on how the hierarchy works in your industry. So that's the way mentorship should go. So for me, I tell anybody, for anything you want in life, get a mentor, someone who has been through that experience, that situation. That person won't lead you the same way, because everybody makes mistakes as they go. They're going to guide you. A mentor won't let you make mistakes. That's what I tell people all the time. A mentor will tell you, this is what I did, this is what worked for me. And it's basically just like a cheat sheet on how to get through, in your career, in life, in anything you want to do. It's just having a personal cheat sheet that's telling you, these are the steps you need to take. And if you actually follow through with that relationship, it's always going to, benefit you as a mentee. And then as a mentor, there's this feeling of pride and happiness where your mentee is, gaining success based on, the tips you've shown them and all that.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Next question.
So who's a mentor and who's a mentee?
You can take that one first.
Yeah. So a mentor is someone who is leading the person. So you're in charge of that mentorship relationship. You help that person. The mentee is the person looking up to you. So you have meetings with the person. You're guiding the person through all the subject areas the person needs help. And then the mentee is the person who is also taking all that advice and putting in the work, working towards, that set goal. That's where a mentor and a mentee is. But a lot of the times I find, people kind of don't respect that relationship between a mentor and a mentee. So we're going to be talking about, the do's and don'ts based on our experiences on how to be a good mentor and how to be a good mentee. So Chioma, what's your experience?
Who is a mentor? Who is a mentee? Well, the one thing I'm going to say is a mentor is someone that, when it comes to that relationship, it looks like it's tilted more to the mentor giving more knowledge to the mentee and the mentee learning. But don't also underestimate what you've learned so far, whether it's your career or is it just your life experiences. Your mentor can actually end up being able to tap some knowledge from you as well. I've had a mentor that I felt like was so high up there. I have a mentor that I think is so high up there, and she's much older than me. And then she goes saying, I like the experiences you had. I would like to learn some of the things, like, my personal experiences, life, not necessarily career. But so it can actually happen that way. So don't look at yourself as, oh, she calls it reverse mentoring. Don't look at it as I always have to be the one that is learning. Once in a while, share your story. When they ask you questions, talk about it and share what you've learned. And you might see them nodding and taking some things that, they probably didn't think about it that way before. So as much as a mentor guides you and all that, you might also end up being able to teach maybe a mentor one or two things that are valuable to them at the end of the day. So don't underestimate yourself in that regard. And then you got to, what?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, so okay. Then the next thing you just mentioned right now, you asked the question, right? Like we just start with answering that one as well. You said something about the relationship, right?
Yep.
Now, yes, that relationship can be abused sometimes, or should I say, taken for granted. It's probably the right word. I've had a mentee where so as a mentee, I take the mantle on myself to be the one to take initiative to try to find out time to talk with my mentor, because sometimes this, depending on the mentor, some of them are usually really busy. So yes, sometimes on their own they might be the ones to just send you an email or send you a message and be like, let's catch up. Sometimes they do that, but you're the one that wants to learn most of the time. So on your own, you have to, you guys can have you have a schedule already that says let's talk once a month or once a week or whatever, or you also take the initiative to reach out to them and know how they are doing. It's not every time I want us to talk. I want, like, for once in a while, check up on them. How's work going? How are you doing? Know when their birthdays are and reach out to them and say happy birthday. Like, have that relationship where you're not just taking, but also adding value. If you're having a conversation with a person, the person mentions something about, they have this interest in so and so, and then you have information in that, you can send it to them, and they go, oh, thank you. Like, know what their hobbies are, know the kind of coffee they like. Sometimes when you go for coffee with them, they might be the ones that will be like, no, I'll pay. Once in a while, just say, let me take it. No, this time around, I'm going to pay for it, Like, okay, can surprise them with their favorite cookies or the particular kind of coffee that they like, and just take note of those little things, and once in a while, just surprise them, things like that. On your own, you can say, okay, this time around, let's just go for lunch. I can be the one to pay for it. Like, don't make it look like the person is just the only one 100% giving you everything all the time. And when I say taking for granted, I'm saying all this so that you know how not to take it for granted. But the situations where I've seen mentees take it for granted is you have a schedule already. This is my own personal experience. You have a schedule already, and this time around, I'm the one that's the mentor, and I have a mentee, and you're supposed to talk once a week, and I'm the one reaching out to you, which I really don't mind. And then we talk, and over time, you're like, I'm just not into it anymore, which is okay. But then it's a program that has been set up by maybe a different like an organization or something, and you just drop out of it. I get that maybe sometimes life happens and all those kind of things, but it's not good to just, drop out or not follow up or not properly explain. It's almost as if you don't value the person's time, or you don't value what the person is giving you and stuff like that. Like, you're giving yourself a bad reputation. If when you come back, they might not be so receptive to spending their time with you. You have to be able to be clear on what the relationship is about, and when you decide and commit to it, you have to commit to it to the end. So not this week, okay, please, let's talk, and then next week you run away, and then you come back again. No communication, nothing. Things like that can set people off, right? So
yeah,
those are the examples I have on both sides.
Yeah.
And
so
what's
true.
your experience?
So true. Like, everything you were saying, I could totally relate to it, because I've experienced everything and more. So first of all, about adding value, as I'm a mentee and I still mentor, and of course I started as being a fully mentee. Like, I was looking for mentors everywhere. You have no idea. In fact, I was looking at my message the other day, and I'm like, I saw messages I wrote to people, and they were not even in Canada, but I was looking for mentees everywhere because I needed guidance, right? But the truth is, a lot of mentees, abuse that relationship. They don't know that it's a two-way relationship. You should also show care to your mentor. Your mentor is not feeling well. Your mentor shares something with you about their family, or it's their birthday, or it's Thanksgiving, or it's Christmas, and you don't reach out. You don't send a card, a $1 card or something, pay for coffee, do something, right? You're not showing you value that relationship. And something very important is time, people's time. Yeah. This is one thing I find that mentees always fail, is with time. For me, time, and then and getting work done. Like, I give assignments, I give you work to do. So first of all, if I set up a meeting with you and you don't show up, you don't send an apology to cancel or reschedule, that for me is already a negative. And the truth is, after that, I really won't want to give you so much of my time, because the truth is, I do so many things, and if I'm giving you an hour or 2 hours of my day, you should value it. And if you can't make it, send a message, cancel, reschedule, whatever. Second thing is, for me, I like to give people assignment, like, okay, go do this stuff, research on this, come back to me, let me know your what you get, or go do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and then I need your feedback by Thursday at 12 p.m. And you do not give me any feedback. I'm chasing you, to get answers and results from you. That's not a good mentor-mentee relationship. You're being a very bad, mentee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and for me, that's why I'm very selective with people like that I mentor, because the truth is, a lot of people just want a mentor. They don't really understand what a relationship is all about. They abuse it. They don't respect people's time. So that for me is where I'm like, sometimes why people say they can't mentor people. There are people that say, I'm sorry, but I really can't take up a mentor-mentee relationship based on their, based on their past experiences.
Yeah.
Based on their past experiences. And then also being a good mentor. A lot of times, mentees come to you for something, but the truth is, you should also get to know your mentee very well. to understand if there are any personal situations or circumstances that may make them not really get involved in that program or have, full participation. Sometimes you find that you're even mentoring people on something totally different from, what they even came for, because they probably have other underlying issues. For example, if the person doesn't have like accommodation or personal issues with the family, that would even help them. And you're talking about the job. I think you need to sort your family out first before you can now talk about, getting a job and all that. So sometimes personal, issues can affect your mentee. So you should also be emotionally intelligent. You should be able to sense and pick up, you sense anything wrong with your mentee, you should reach out and check up on them as well. So, but adding value, this thing you talked about, so funny. Like I've had a mentor that says, "Oh, I send my resume to a mentor," and I'm like, "Oh, I love this resume," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, how do I thought I did it myself. Can you do my resume for me? And I'm like, what? And this person is someone that is like way up, and I'm like, okay, I'm serious. And I'm like, no way, I can't do this. But you never know where you might actually provide value. And then the person was like, honestly, I haven't done a resume in like 20 something years. So I'm like, okay, well, you definitely would need a revamp, but you're not looking for a job or anything. But so this is what you should do. And then even I have a mentee, because I'm very active on LinkedIn, and the person is like, oh, I see your post, like I like your profile. How do you do this? How do you do that? One of my mentees that is not very techie, and I'm like, okay, this is what you do with your LinkedIn. This is what you do. But like, okay, I remembered what you did. Do you know that a recruiter reached out to me? I'm like, okay. And then we laugh over it, because of course my mentor is not looking for a job, but just with a few tips and hacks that I shared, it felt good to know that okay, somebody still looking for somebody with my skill set, so never underestimate the fact that you as a mentee can still share something with your mentor. You never know, right? But just try to be a good mentor, be a good mentee, respect their time, respect the knowledge and the tips they give to you. Do not take it for granted, and show appreciation. You can buy a thank you card. You can send an e-card, which is just, on the internet, there are e-card websites. You can send an e-card saying thank you. You can send a gift card, coffee, which is a typical thing here, like anything, just to show appreciation. It could just be a thank you message, right? Or an email, but show appreciation, gratitude. It all starts with gratitude, and then when you show gratitude, you definitely get more from that person. Now, something that I wanted to say, but I forgot earlier, and I'm happy I remembered, is people, when you're a mentee and you finally get a mentor, some people come to the mentor like they're just empty. They just say, I want a job. They don't have any specific industry or job role, or they haven't even done any research. So let's say you're looking at the oil and gas or the finance industry, and you find a mentor in any of those industries. Have you done your research about the companies, about that job role in particular? What are the required skills? Have you met the skills? You don't really have any clear picture on why you need that mentor. It kind of makes the relationship start on a very sour note, because you don't come prepared. You don't seem like you're ready for that relationship. So if you really want a mentor, then you should be able to know, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is where I need your help. It helps to just fashion out like a more defined relationship, and you're seeing success, because the truth is you should be able to see success with that mentorship relationship.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what next are we talking about?
Well, really, that's all I have to really share about mentorship, really. I don't know if you have any final notes on mentorship right now.
Well, the only thing I'm just going to say is kind of wrap up what we talked about already. Try your best to give more value to that relationship. Don't just be about taking, also give back, because giving back is so important. The more you give back, the more the person values you in their lives and wants to give more to you, and it just becomes a competition of who's giving more, and that's actually what you want. You don't want to be on the take and then the person feels drained just because every time they are around you they feel like they just have to just keep giving all the time. So you just have to try. You might not necessarily balance it 100%, because the mentor probably has more experience in a lot of things, but at least you can try to balance the skills a little bit to be able to give more. It might not necessarily be just like 100% going and backward, but at least you can give more, and then you feel good when you give. You feel good when you give back in any little way that you can. So try your best to give back, and don't take the relationship for granted.
So true. So true. And as regards to, giving back and then showing value, if you're a very good mentee, and I'm speaking from personal relationship, you can have just one mentor, but that mentor can, because the person sees value in you, okay, this guy or this girl, you actually know what you want, you have that drive, you're committed to that mentorship relationship, the person sees that in you. I've had a mentor open me up to, his full network, his or her full network of executives, of directors, of vice presidents, you name it. The person sees and knows that you respect their time, you respect that relationship. The person is willing to open the doors to everybody else they know, and the person is introducing you to everybody. This is my mentee Chioma. She's looking for a business analyst role, blah, blah, blah. She needs your help and your guidance in this industry. Please give her your time. She will not take it for granted. This is someone that I can, count on, and I can actually say that she's going to fulfill this mentor relationship. So you never know, right? Just by being a good mentee to one mentor, you can actually have 10 mentors in the end. So, and that has been my experience. So please, show up with value, speak from a place of knowledge, even though you don't have so much knowledge, do your research and ensure that, you're showing value to your mentor. So that's all on mentorship for us. And thank you. So if you're listening to this and you found value, please like, subscribe, leave a review. We'll be happy to know what you feel, and send us a message. I will try to come up as possible with more interesting topics for your career. Thank you and bye.
Thank you for listening. Bye.